Hey there everybody, it's time for Game 6 in the Friends of the Community Challenge. We're back at the Vet. There have been 3 games in a row at the Deadballers, and now it's back to the ID Jesters as the home team. So we're back at the Vet. One thing of interest, the umpires who were originally calling the game at the Vet all figured the series is over, so they left. So we had to come up with 4 new umpires, and so we have Joe West behind the plate, C.B. Buckner at first, Adrian Johnson at second, and Mike Estabrook at third. Starting pitchers, Mr. Utah Mike for the ID Jesters and Danny Rogers for the Deadballers. Doing the pregame rolls, the Deadballers came up semi-dissonant, and they had a knock on the batting coach. And so what happened was their reserve outfielder is going to be a sad sack for this game. So Robbie Wartburg is a sad sack for this game. So if he has to pinch hit, he will be a sad sack. The ID Jesters had even worse. They rolled a 1, which matched their losing streak. So that meant they're fully dissonant. And on their roll, it said that the hot batter would be cold till further notice. Well, Mark Russell was the hot batter from the previous game, but now he is cold until further notice. Keith Higdon was already cold, so now the ID Jesters have 2 cold batters, and then the Deadballers have Britt Boyd-Shaw as the hot batter and Mark Forsberg as the cold batter. Did a lot of shaking up with the lineup on both teams to try to get people in different batting orders and get some extra people in the game maybe that haven't played in a while or as much as some of the other people. So you'll see some different names here. Leading off for the Deadballers will be the original Grognard. Ken the Jet Castro will bat second. Mark Forsberg third. Britt Boyd-Shaw will do the catching and hit cleanup. Anthony Crooks from Bleacher Bum Gamings will be the DH hitting 5th. Mark McClelland is in right field hitting 6th. Craig Artles at 3rd hitting 7th. Rags Rudolph in center hitting 8th. And Benny P., the shortstop, will bat 9th. For the ID Jesters, Dave S. will lead off as the DH. He is an active runner. That's why, even though he's normally a catcher, he's going to be leading off for us because he is an active runner. Derek Dodgers, Royals fan, bats second. D. Scott Howard doing the catching hits third. Mark Russell at first base will bat cleanup. Clark Rotz, who's usually a third baseman, will come over and play shortstop to give to our regular shortstop or previous shortstop, T-Dub. T-Dub has played all 5 games, so it's time to give him a day off. So Clark Rotz will be the shortstop, and so since he's moving from third to short, instead of being a neutral fielder, I made him semi-iron just to penalize him a little bit for that. Larry Harris is in right. ID Jester comes in. He's going to be playing left field. Normally he's a first baseman, but he is rated after Matt Adams, who sometimes plays left field. So we're going to make ID left field, but we're going to make him semi-iron just to kind of penalize him a little bit. JB Gorman's in center, and Keith Higdon's at second. So those are the preliminaries. Again, we are at the Vet, since we're back to the ID Jesters being the home team. So we'll get going here, and if this is going well, then you're watching this in a live stream on Wednesday at lunchtime as I record this Tuesday night. And I'm in the chat with you trying to monitor some of the chats and maybe discuss the game and so forth. If it didn't go well, then it's just a straight up upload and there's no live and no chat. So we'll see how it goes. Depends on how YouTube treats me. All right, here we go. The original Grognard will be leading off against Mr. Utah Mike. Game 6 underway. 2-4-6. Does he have control? Utah Mike does not have control. He's actually semi-wild. Is the batter eager or a sad sack? He's neither one. So he's going to walk. And an active runner steals, but he's stoic. So the original Grognard, not a fast runner, but he does get on base. And there's first runner on for the Deadballers. Here's Ken the Jet Castro. 3-3-6 is the pitcher an ace. He's a semi-ace, but the sire dies a blank, so he's not an ace. Let's see here. Is he sad sack, utility, or patient? He's both sad sack and utility and patient, all 3. So he takes a called strike 3. So that was the triple whammy there on Ken Castro. So he's out of there. Here's Mark Forsberg, designated cold batter for today's game based on the previous game's results. 3-4-6 is blank for the pitcher. Is he eager? No, he's actually patient, so he's going to walk. So back 2 walks now and a strikeout. So Utah Mike has not allowed any contact with the bat, but he has 2 on. And that result was in purple, so we're going to the chemistry chart, and that's bad for both teams, actually. And even worse for the Jesters, because at least the Deadballers need the dot on the decider to make them dissonant. And now we're both dissonant. Pitching team harmony. No, they're not in harmony. Pitching team is not in harmony. So we're going to have a fence check for Britt Boy Shaw. And Britt Boy Shaw is a semi-home run king. So if this comes up as a dot, almost guaranteed to be a home run regardless, I guess, if it comes up as a dot. It does not, so he's not a home run king, he's going to be a other. But the 6 is going to give him a home run either way, so even though he wasn't a home run king, when you're in the other category, a 6 will give you a home run. So it is a 2-run homer for Britt Boy Shaw. And boy, this newfound lineup of the Deadballers shaking the lineup around seems to work, as we got a 3-run shot here in the first inning. And Utah might be on a short leash here. See what happens. We'll be looking at the game 7 very quickly. Here's Anthony. Bleacher Bum Gaming 2-2-2. That's trouble for Utah Mike. Maybe Utah Mike was not ready for this game. Maybe they did an opener or something. 2-2-2. It's not a sad sack. He's going to double to center unless he is a home run king, which he's not. He's a slugger. So it won't be a home run, but it will be a double. And now Mr. Utah Mike, since he's given up 3 straight hits, is now a semi-struggler. So here's Mark McClelland, 2-5-5. Is he a star? No, he's not a star. Is he a home run king? He's not a home run king. He will fly to left for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Craig Artle, playing third base. 2-3-5. Is he wild? No, he's semi-wild. Decider die says no. Is the batter eager? He's semi-eager. We got to re-roll and see if he's going to be eager or not. And he's not eager. If he was eager, he would have singled through the shortstop. Instead, he grounds out to second. And that's going to end the inning. But it's a profitable one for the Deadballers. They pick up 3 runs here in the top of the first, thanks to Britt Boy Shaw's 2-run homer. The big blow of the inning. After half an inning of play, it is the Deadballers 3 and the ID Jesters coming to bat, facing Danny Rogers and Dave S., the leadoff man. See what he can do. 1-1-5, that's a freshness check, which he obviously is. He's going to pop it up to third, 1 away. Bring up Derek, Dodgers Royals fan. 5-6-6. Is he wild? No. Does the batter have a good eye? No. Yes, he does. Derek Dodgers does have a good eye. So it's a foul tip, and he's still at bat. He would have struck out otherwise, but foul tip, he's still at bat. We'll redo. 1-1-3. Is he ace or dynamic? He is a star, but not an ace. Is the batter a slugger? Yes, he is a slugger. It's going to be a double to left field. So Derek Dodgers, Royals fan, with the double. And maybe here come the Jesters. Here's D. Scott Howard doing the catching. 2-3-3. Ace or star? He is a star. It's ground out to short. Runner's going to have to hold at second base for out number 2. Oops. And now it's up to Mark Russell. He's the designated cold batter in this game. 3-4-5. Iron catcher. No, Britt Boy Shaw is not iron. Does he have a good eye? No, he does not. He's going to strike out. That's going to end the inning. 3-0 after 1 complete here in the books. And now we go to top of the second. Rags Rudolph facing Mr. Utah Mike. 2-3-4. Nobody's on base, so there's no plate drama. Is he a hot batter? No, he's not the hot batter. So he's going to pop to third. 1 away for Benny P. Utility man playing shortstop today, as Don Heston had been playing the previous 5 games, so he needed a day off. So we're going to get Benny P to start at short. 2-5-6. Struggler, no. Champion or patient? He is semi-patient, but the sire die gives him a no. So we have infield drama. We'll check the infield of the Jesters. 5-6 on the infield drama. And that's first baseman gold. First baseman Mark Russell is semi-iron, so he's not gold. So the ball's going to sail over his head on a throw from an infielder for an error. Just a 1-base error, though, is all they're giving him. So it's an E. We'll call it an E. Let's see who we're going to give it to. E. Does it really matter? Not really. We'll give it to Clark Rott since he's playing out of position. E6. Not that, like I said, it really doesn't matter. So 1 on, 1 out for the original Grognard. 2-2-6, and he's hit by the pitch. With that decider die being a dot, that means he's hit by the pitch. So Mr. Utah Mike with a little bit of control issues here. And the bullpen's already working. Manuel Rivera is loosening in the ID Jester bullpen. Here's Ken the Jet Castro, 113. 113 ask, is the pitcher an ace? Yes, he is. He's a semi-ace. Decider die gives him the ace quality. So it's a ground out to first, and on a lead die of 1, that's a double play. It's going to end the inning. 3-6-3, turned nicely by the Jesters to get Mr. Utah Mike out of there, out of that jam. Keeps it 3-0 when it looked like it might be worse. So we go to the bottom of the second, and Clark Rotz will be stepping up. Let's see if he can make up for that error he committed. 3-4-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he eager? No, he's actually semi-patient, so he's going to walk. Active runner would steal, but he's stoic, so just a walk. But it is in purple, and we're going to the chemistry chart for the at-bat of Larry Harris. All right, now the Deadballers are neutral and ID Jesters are dissonant. 2-5, pitching team dissonance, no. It's a fly out to right. Had that been a dot, they would have been dissonant and it would have been a base hit, but instead it's a fly to right. So there's one away, and now here's ID Jester trying to take matters in his own hands. 1-2-6, is he fresh? Yes, Danny Rogers is fresh. It's a line out to second for out number 2. And now we're down to JB Gorman. 1-1-4, is he fresh? Yes, we're still in the second inning, so he's obviously fresh. And it's going to be a grounder to short. And the inning's over. So after 2 complete, here from the vet, it is still the Deadballers holding a 3-0 lead over the team ID. So now Mark Forsberg is up. Start the third. He walked and scored on the home run his first trip. 1-3-4. Gold catcher. D. Scott Howard's semi-gold, but decider die says no. So no gold catcher. Won't be a strikeout. Is he a champion? He is not a champion. So we got outfield drama this time for the ID Jesters. 3-6 for the ID Jesters on the outfield drama. And it comes up as left fielder stoic. Left fielder is ID Jester, and he is stoic. So it says here, ball gets down for a single. So the fact that ID is playing kind of out of position in left field to get the offense in the game, he was unable to get to that, just like Matt Adams probably wouldn't have gotten to a lot of fly balls. So it drops in. Range is down, so it drops in for a hit. And let's see, make sure. And we do go to the chemistry chart because it was in purple. So we are going to the team chemistry again. Britt Boy Shaw homered his last trip. All right, now both teams are dissonant. 1-3. Pitching team harmony, no. So it's going to be a single. Lead die of 1 means a 1-base advancement, but Britt Boy Shaw continuing his hot ways. Runners at first and second now with nobody out. And we're going to the right now chart with Anthony being semi-hot and Utah Mike being semi-cold since he just gave up that hit, and Anthony being semi-hot because he doubled. Now they're both neutral. 3-4. Cold batter. No, it's not a cold batter. If it was a cold batter, he would hit a weak dribbler to the pitcher, and batter slump affects team side retired, alternating ground out and pop outs. Otherwise, it's going to be a fly out. So fly to right, so it's only 1 out. It could have ended the inning had he been a cold batter. But the dice were in his favor there. So 3-3-4 for Mark McClelland. 3-3-4. And that result is ace or star. He is a semi-ace, which falls in between ace and star. Plus, he got the dot anyway. So it's pop out to first for out number 2. But even if that was not a decider die, the fact that it says ace or star, a semi-ace fits right in between these two. So it either says if you're an ace or you're a star or anything in between, which would be a semi-ace, you would get that result. So you didn't really need the decider die, just in case you were curious. Here's Craig Artle, 155. Ask, is he a home run king? Craig Artle is not a home run king. He's going to fly to center, and the inning is over. So Mr. Utah Mike struggles through 3 innings. And Manuel Rivera has since sat down. I don't want to wear him out in the bullpen. But could see some other people up there loosening. Moni G is now loosening in the bullpen. So Mr. Utah Mike might be on short leash. Here's Keith Higdon to lead off for the Jesters. 1-2-5. Is he a struggler? No. Is he patient? No. He's semi-eager. He's going to ground to third unless he's a whiffer. Side die says no, so it's just a ground out to third. 1 away, so Danny Rogers quietly pitching a great game. Here's Dave S. 1-4-6. Does he have flash? He's got double flash. So not only is he going to strike out Dave S., he's going to, well, he won't strike out Derek Dodgers because he has a good eye. So it's just going to be a ground out. So it's a strikeout there, and then a 6-3. We'll call it a 6-3 ground out to end the inning. So that's going to do it for the Jesters. Through 3 innings, it's still 3-0, and looking more and more like it might be a Game 7. Here's Rags Rudolph, and if it does go to a Game 7, then we're back to Mr. Rear Admiral himself, Clinton Parks, taking on Ron Juckett. 136. 136 asks, is the pitcher an ace? Nope, the sire die is not with him, so he's not an ace. Is the batter whiffer or cold? Rags Rudolph is neither one. So that means we're going to infield drama. And a 2-5. Second baseman iron. Nope, Keith Higdon's semi-gold, so he's not iron, so he will make the routine ground out. And there's 1 away. So finally a good defensive play by the Jesters. Brings up Benny P. He reached on the error last time. 1-1-2. Does pitcher have flash? Yes, he does. It's a strikeout. But Benny P has a good eye, so it won't be a strikeout. It'll just be a ground out. So we'll call it 5-3 on the ground out. But since he had the good eye, he does not whiff. Here's the original Grognard. He has walked him and hit by a pitch, and now he's got triple threes. How do you like that? Triple threes, utility or sad sack, neither one. It's a triple into the gap. So the original Grognard legs out a 2-out triple into the gap with those triple threes. And that'll bring up Ken the Jet Castro. Moni G almost ready to come in, but they're going to see if Utah Mike can get out of this. 4-5-6. Is the batter patient? Yes, he is. It's a walk to Ken. This puts runners on the corners. Runners are on the corners. Still 2 outs from Mark Forsberg. And Mark Forsberg has reached base twice, so we're going to make the move to the bullpen. Mr. Utah Mike didn't have it like he did in his first outing, so we're going to go to the bullpen for Moni G. So Moni G, and Moni G, she will get the ace quality because she's coming in midstream, mid-inning. So Moni G coming in a big spot, runners on the corners and 2 outs. Facing Mark Forsberg. 2-5-5. Star. Is Moni G a star? No. Home run king. No, he's not a home run king, so he's going to fly to left. And the inning's over. So Utah Mike could have gotten that one, but we didn't know that. So we have to play it as best we know how. And so we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 3-0 in favor of the Deadballers. Here's D. Scott Howard. Oh, almost a triple three, but instead of 2-3-3. Ace or star, he is a star, so it's a ground out to short. 1 away for Mark Russell. 2-5-6, he's not a struggler. Is Mark a champion or patient? He's a semi-champion. Well, he's patient, so he's going to draw a walk. So walk number 2 given up by Rogers. Here's Clark Rotz. 2-5-5. Is he a star? Yes, it's a strikeout. So 2 down. And now it's up to Larry Harris to keep it going here in the 4th. 1-2-4, control. No, he does not have the control feature. Is he eager? No, he's not eager. He's going to walk. So back-to-back walks. Or not back-to-back, but 2 walks this inning, I should say. Sets it up on the tee for ID Jester. He is the tying run. And he is a semi-home run king and a semi-slugger. 3-3-4. Ace or star. He is a star, so it's a pop out to first. So Danny Rogers quietly pitching a gem. And we go to the 5th. Britt Boy Shaw facing Moni G. 4-5-6. Is he patient? No. Decided Die says he's not patient. Flies to center. One away, which is in purple. And we're going to the chemistry chart for Anthony's at bat. And now both teams are dissonant. 5-6. Pitching team dissonance. Yes. Pitcher not confident. Chooses safe pitch. Ripped into outfield for a single. So Moni G wasn't confident of what to throw, and Anthony dialed in and got that single. Here's Mark McClelland. 3-4-6. And a 3-4-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he eager? No, he's not. So he's going to walk. Active runner would steal, but there's already a runner in front of him, so we're going to stop right there. And it's in purple, so we're going right back to the chemistry chart again, unfortunately. A lot of chemistry chart checks in this game. Here is Craig Arnold. Both teams dissonant again. 5-5. Pitching team dissonance, yes. Catcher misses foul ball. Next pitch hit through infield for a single. And with a lead die of 5, that's a 2-base advancement. So since D. Scott was unable to catch that foul ball, Craig Arnold got another chance and delivered with an RBI single. And it is now 4-0 with runners at the corners. And 1 out. Rags Rudolph coming up, and we might have another pitching change because we need to get that ace quality and stop this rally. So it's going to be, going to turn to hammer time again. So hammer time, and actually I did go ahead and make a regular card for hammer time. So hammer time is in, and he will be an ace on this at bat. He's also a star, but he will be an ace on this at bat, as it's critical to keep the game at 4-0. You don't want to get any worse than that, or the game will probably be over. So runners at the corners, 1 out, infield double play depth. 2-5-5, and 2-5-5 asks, is he a star? Yes, he is. That means it's a strikeout, unless Rags Rudolph has a good eye, which he does. He's got a semi-good eye. Decider Die says he has a good eye. So instead of a strikeout, it's going to be a ground out with the runners advancing, so that will score a run. Call it a 3 unassisted for out number 2, but by not striking out, he was able to drive the run home from third. So another run is in on the RBI ground out with the runner at second now. It is 5-0. Here's Benny P. 2-5-5. Just had that roll. Is he a star? Yes, he is. Would have been a strikeout, but again, he's got the good eye, so it's going to be a ground out. Call it 6-3 to end the inning. The 2 runs come in. It is now 5-0 in favor of the Deadballers. And ID Jesters team certainly struggling at the moment. Here now is JB Gorman. 2-2-6, and he's hit by the pitch, so maybe it's a little retaliation from when they plunked the original Grognard. So maybe that's a little payback. We don't know. It's Keith Higdon. 2-5-6. Is he a struggler? No. Champion or patient? He is neither one. So we got infield drama. So we finally got some infield drama for the Deadballers. 3-6 on the infield drama. 3-6. Third baseman gold. Third baseman is Craig Arnold. He's semi-gold. Decider Die says he's gold. So therefore, it's a ground out, which will now be a fielder's choice. Would have been an error, but it's going to be a fielder's choice 5-4 for out number 1. So Craig Arnold being in there for his defense, and it paid off. That semi-gold check there. And here's Dave S. 1-2-5. Is the pitcher a struggler? No, not hardly. Is the batter patient? He is semi-patient, but Decider Die is a blank. So he's going to ground to third. And on lead dive once, double play. So this time they do turn it 5-4-3 around the horn. And the defense has been superb for the Deadballers. As we have a 5-0 lead going into now the top of the 6th. And we'll get a new pitcher for the ID Jesters. And it's going to be Manuel Rivera. He had warmed up earlier, so he's going to come in now. So Manuel Rivera. going to come on. He does not get the ace quality because he's starting the inning. We'll be facing the top of the order, the original Grognard. 113, is he an ace or dynamic? No, he's not. Is the batter a slugger? No, he's a semi-scrapper. He's going to single to center. So instead of a double, it's a single. But it's a hit nonetheless. And runner, and now it's a triple and a single from the original Grognard in the leadoff position. He likes this. He's walked, been hit by a pitch, tripled, and singled. So he's reached base all 4 times. Here's Ken Castro. 1-2-5. Is the pitcher a struggler? No. He's a workman, but not a struggler. Is the batter patient? Yes, he is. It's going to be a walk. Unless we have something with the goggles. And Joe West is the umpire. And on a 1-2-5, it says here, on a 1-2-5, questionable or strict umpire call strike 3. Well, Joe West is strict, so Joe West just rang up Ken Castro. And there's one away. Would have been a walk, but Joe West says not this time. It's getting rung up. So here's Forsberg. 1-2-5, got the same roll again. 1-2-5, I seem to do that a lot. Is he patient? Yes, he is. But again, he's going to strike out because, again, Joe West is going to ring him up. So Joe West on the payroll of the ID Jesters, apparently. 2 strikeouts in a row. Here's Britt Boy Shaw. 2-5-6. Is he a struggler? No. Is he champion or patient? He is semi-patient. Saturday says he's patient. So this time, Joe West won't stop that. It'll be a walk. And he'll put runners at first and second with 2 outs. For Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. 1-1-6. Is he fresh? Yes. It's a strikeout. And that's going to end the inning. So Manuel Rivera pitches 1 inning. Probably always going to go. As we want to use up our bullpen and let them get their act. It's like a bullpen day, basically. Because we figure if it is a Game 7, Ron's going to go a long way in that Game 7. So might as well use your bullpen now. All right, here's Derek. Derek Dodgers Royals fan. He's got the only hit of the game for the ID Jesters. The double back in the first. 1-4-4. Flash. He's got double flash. But there are goggles. And the home plate umpire goggles say if he's questionable or lenient, it's ball 4, but he's strict, so it's going to stay a strikeout. But Derek has a good eye, so it's going to take a strikeout away. And it's going to turn it into a ground out. And by having that good eye, it's also going to stop the next one. So there won't even be a check for the second strikeout because the first one didn't happen. So we're going straight to another at bat for D. Scott Howard. 1-4-5. Struggler, no. It's ground out to third. Or to first, rather. So 2 up, 2 down. Mark Russell, batter. 3-5-5. Struggler or gilded, no. Champion, he's a semi-champion, but the sire dies against him. So it's ground out to second, unless he's a whiffer, but he's not a whiffer. So it's ground out to second. There's only a semi-whiffer, not a full whiffer. So 6 are in the books. It's 5-0. Danny Rogers pitching a 1-hit shutout through 6 innings rather. And now we get a new pitcher for the ID Jesters, and it will be Tony Spicciali, a lefty. So they're going to the lefty, Tony Spicciali. Tony Spicciali. And he'll be facing Mark McClellan, Greg Hartle, and Rags Rudolph. 2-4-5. Is the batter a hero? He's a semi-hero, but the sire die is a blank. So to pop out to second, 1 away. And it's in red, so we're going to the experience chart. Craig Hartle is neutral, and Tony Spicciali is an icon. So this is an advantage, obviously, for the Jesters. Icon pitcher against a neutral batter. 5-5. Full count. I hate when I do this. Every time I roll on these charts like this, I roll either double 4 or double 5, and it produces a walk. And I wish they changed the ruling in this book because there's too many walks. But I digress. It says play resumes, roll to side or die for walk or strikeout. Okay, so if it's dot, it's a walk. Blank, it's a strikeout. It's a strikeout. So that time it worked out. Got the right call on the side or die, and it kept it away from there. But if you roll 4-4 or 5-5 on either one of these charts, the right now chart or the experience, if you roll a 4-4 or 5-5, it's almost guaranteed to be a walk. Except for this one occasion where the 5-5 goes to the dot. So anyway, just my editorial comment on this game. It's a great game, but there's a couple things that irritate me, and that's one of them. So, but what do I know? All right, 1-1-4. Is he fresh? Yes, he is. It's the first inning of work, so he's definitely fresh. So it is going to be a ground ball to short. That's going to end the inning. So Tony Spicciali, which is a perfect inning, might be able to go 2 innings since he pitched a perfect inning. Only faced 3 batters. So here's Clark Rotz facing Danny Rogers, who is still semi-fresh. 1-2-3, fresh and flash. Nope, the sire die says he's not fresh. So it would have been a double strikeout chance, but he's not. So it's just going to be a ground out to short instead. For 1 away. So Clark Rotz is gone. Here's Larry Harris. Larry Harris, 2-3-6 double control. Nope, it's going to be a walk. So Larry Harris is aboard. Here is ID Jester. 1-1-2 flash. Yes, he's got double flash. So ID is going to strike out, and so is JB Gorman. And the inning is over. And I think that's going to be all for Danny Rogers. He went 7 innings, giving up only 1 hit. How about that? So he certainly has earned his paycheck for today's game, which was nothing. Nobody's getting paid, but he certainly put in a yeoman's work. And Chris Kaysen is going to be the new pitcher for the Deadballers in the bottom of the 8th. So Chris Kaysen, it's been a couple games since he's pitched, so he needs to get in there. All right, so Tony Spicciali, top of the 8th, facing Benny P. He's now semi-fresh. 4-6-6. Control. He's got semi-control. The sire die says no, which is a good thing because it would have been a single. Home run, king, or slugger. Neither one. He would have struck out. Instead, it's a difficult ground out, so we'll just call it grounder to third. 1 away for the original Grognard. He's reached base all 4 trips. 2-2-4, pitching at home. So this time the home plate or the home team gets the advantage by pitching at home. It's a pop out to short. So being at home helped at least for 1 at bat. Here's Ken Castro. 2-5-6. He's not a struggler. Champion or patient. He is patient. He will walk. So Ken the Jet Castro walks. And it's going to bring up Mark Forsberg. 2-3-4. Runners on base. Plate drama. There certainly are runners on base. So we're going to the plate drama chart. Keeping in mind the catcher, D. Scott Howard, is semi-gold. And now he's neutral. But it's a 1-1, which asks, is the pitcher wild? And Tony Spicciali has semi-control. It would have been a pass ball if he was wild. Otherwise, it's a strike. And we're going to the umpire chart. So we'll go to the umpire chart. The runner at first. We get a 3-4. Check that result. Runner on first. A 3-4. Questionable umpire at second. Adrian Johnson is lenient, but he's not questionable. So we go back to that result. Calls runner out at second base. Second despite second baseman's foot off the bag. Other umpires will say batter out at first. So it was a 3rd out anyway, so it's just talking about being a double play or not. So we're just going to call it 4-3 to end it. That play really only came into play if it was they were trying to turn 2 and it was like the neighborhood play. But in our situation here, it really didn't matter. And so Tony Spicciali goes 2 shutout innings. So impressive relief outing there for Tony. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, and now Chris Kaysen is in. And he'll be facing Keith Higdon. Although we might get a pinch hitter here. Let's see. I think we will. He's a designated cold batter, and he's 0 for 2. So we might as well see if we can't shake the lineup a little bit and get something going here. So we're going to have Bubba Husky is going to pinch hit. Bubba Husky is going to pinch hit for Keith Higdon. T-Dub TV will come into play shortstop, and Clark Rotz will move to second base. So that's going to be how that's going to work out. Bubba Husky is going to be the DH. And then T-Dub TV will take over at shortstop in the 9th inning. And T-Dub is semi-iron. semi-active, and a semi-prospect. But T-Dub will go in and play shortstop. Right now, Bubba Husky is going to pinch hit against Chris Kaysen. 3-6-6. And wouldn't you know it, 3-6-6. Ask if it's a pinch hitter. So there you go. Bubba Husky steps up as a pinch hitter, gets the pinch hitting role, and gets a single to right field. I think it's the first time I've ever actually had that work where the 3-6-6 actually paid off because I was using a pinch hitter. So how about that? Talk about great management skills, right? Yeah, right. Talk about luck. Here's Dave S. 4-4-5. Workman. He's a semi-workman. Decided I says he's a workman. It's a double to right field. And that will bring home Bubba Husky. RBI double for Dave S. And it's 5-1. Maybe some light at the end of the tunnel for the Jesters as the Deadballers bullpen is loosening again. 2-4-6 control. Yes, he's got it. That means it is a ground out to the pitcher, so the runner, Dave S., is going to have to freeze at second. One away. And it's going to bring up D. Scott Howard. 4-5-6, D. Scott Howard. Is he patient? He is patient. He's semi-patient. The side eye says he's patient, so it's a walk. Puts runners at first and second with one out. For Mark Russell, one swing of the bat could really change the complexion of this game. 2-4-4. Is he an ace? No. Is the batter a champion? He's a semi-champion, but the sire die says no. So unfortunately, it's a ground out to short. So that's going to be a fielder's choice on the lead die of 2. They'll get the runner D. Scott Howard going to second. Dave S. will go to third. So runners are at the corners. 2 outs for Clark Rotz. And he is a semi-home run king. 1-3-6. Is he an ace? No. Whiffer or cold? He is a whiffer, so he's going to strike out. So Clark Rotz strikes out in a big spot. And Chris Kaysen gets out of it. And he will leave after his 1 inning of work. Now we go to the 9th. It's 5-1 in favor of the Deadballers. And let's see who the Jesters are going to bring out for the top of the 9th to pitch. See who they might go to here. Looks like they're going to go to Mr. Moley. Mr. Moley. Mr. Moley 55. So Mr. Moley 55. He is on. He's going to be facing Britt Boy Shaw. 1-3-3. Is he a slugger? No, he's a home run king, semi-home run king, but not a slugger. So he's going to fly to left. Narrowly escaped a home run there. Here's Anthony. 1-5-6. Is Anthony a whiffer? He's a semi-whiffer, but the sire die says no. So we have outfield drama for the Jesters. Outfield drama. 1-5 for outfield drama. And the 1-5 says left fielder gold. No, ID Jester is iron. So it won't be a flyout, it'll be a single. So a 1-out single, and it's also in purple, so we're going to the chemistry chart for the next at bat. You may have to get ID out of there, although he is scheduled to bat next inning, so we don't want to lose his bat. But defensively, kind of porous over there. All right, chemistry chart 1-3. Pitching team harmony. No, we're not harmonious. We're dissonant. It's a single. So let's go put runners, and with lead I have 1, it's 1 base advancement. So let's go put runners at first and second for Craig Artle, and that's in blue, so we're going to the right now chart. And Cabby is making a fuss over here. And Craig Artle struck out his last time up, so he's cold. Mr. Moley gave up a hit, so he's cold. So we got a cold batter against a cold pitcher. And we get a 1-1. Cold pitcher serves up gopher ball launched by batter to right field fence. Here it is, folks. A 1-1 on the cold batter. Cold pitcher rather serves up gopher ball launched by batter to right field fence. So fence, Craig Artle has no power rating, so he's going to be in the other category. But it's still going to do damage either way. At minimum a double. It's a 1, so it will be a double. And that's going to be at least 1 base one running score. We'll check runner advancement. I think, let's see here, that was a 1-1. Lead die of 1, he's going to stop at third. So runners are at second and third with one out. And Rags Rudolph is in and Mr. Moley is out. We're going to need a new pitcher in to try to keep anything worse from happening. I'm going to go to Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. And he will be an ace because he's coming in mid-inning. So Eric is going to come in as an ace. See if he can't get this bleeding stopped. Infield's in. Runners at second and third. Infield is in. 4-5-5. Flash. No, he does not have flash. Home run king. Rags Rudolph is not a home run king. So he's going to ground to first. And on a lead die of 4 with the infield in. How do you like this, folks? When it rains, it pours. With the infield in and a lead die of 4, it's a single and runners advance. So with runners at second and third, runners advance. See here, there's a single star here. Not sure what that means. Yeah, I think with lead die of 4, you usually get 2 bases, so I think that's pretty self-explanatory. So it's a single. It's almost like the plus result in Strat, where you play in and it turns into a single with 2 stars. That's kind of what happened here, if you want to make an analogy. So Rags Rudolph gets the single off of Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. 2 more runs come in, and boy, it is now an 8-1 game. And somewhere the Deadballers are having a ball. All right, here's Benny P. 2-4-6. We're looking for control, and he's got double control, so that means it's going to be 2 consecutive ground outs to the pitcher. The first one is going to be a ground out with the runner moving up. I'm sorry, it's a fielder's choice, but it really doesn't matter at this point because it's going to end the inning anyway. So 3 runs come in, so the Deadballers bookend 3-run innings here with a 2 in the middle. How about that? 3 on the first and 3 in the 9th. So now we go to the bottom of the 9th, and an 8-1 lead ought to be safe, you would think. Let's see who the Deadballers are going to bring in to wrap it up. See if we can find somebody that hasn't pitched in a while. I should have looked at my things. I don't think Steve Tower's pitched in a while, so I'm going to bring Steve Tower in from after further review and let him mop up here in the 9th. We're facing Larry Harris, ID Jester, and Mr. Gorman, but we're going to have a pinch hitter for Larry Harris. It's going to be Rob exclamation point. So Rob exclamation point will be coming in to pinch hit against Steve Tower. 1-2-2, 1-2-2. Workman, no. Champion or whiffer, he's neither one. He's going to line to third, 1 away. And that'll bring up ID Jester. 2-5-6, he's not a struggler. Is he champion or patient? Neither one. Infield drama. Infield drama for the Deadballers. 3-6. Third baseman gold. Craig Arl is semi-gold, but the sire die says no. So it won't be a ground out, it's going to be an error. So it's an E5 as he will reach on the Craig Arl error. And now that'll bring up J.B. Gorman, but he will not hit. We will turn to the Statistician. So Statistician will get a chance to pinch hit in this blowout situation. It's 2-4-5. Is he a hero? No, he's not. A pop to second for out number 2. And that leaves us now with Keith Higdon. I'm sorry, not Keith Higdon. It's T-Dub TV because Keith Higdon was pinch hit for. So T-Dub TV is going to get his first at bat since coming in as a defensive replacement. 5-6-6. Is he wild? No. Does he have a good eye? He's got a semi-good eye. The side eye says he has a good eye, so it's a foul tip. It won't be a strikeout. T-Dub will try it again. 1-4-5. Struggler, no. It's a ground out to third. And the ball game is over. So there will be a game 7 as the Deadballers win it by the score of 8-1. So hope you enjoyed that. And we'll look forward to a Game 7 later in the week, which will feature Ron Juckett going for the ID Jesters and the Rear Admiral Clinton Parks going for the Deadballers, with the series now at 4-2 in favor of the Jesters, but 2 in a row by the Deadballers. So until next time, we'll see you all down the road.